Hello, my name is Zion Malaysia, and I am the founder of XPOS. XOZ, X meaning exposure, Oz meaning Australia. So let's get into the start of innovation before I start talking about my product. Innovation is aimed at maintaining permanent development and is a characteristic of the enterprise of the future, according to Xanta Maskey. So obviously for XBOS, this is what we need to do. We want to make this a permanent development and carry this product into the future for our business. So obviously the application XBOS is an application that allows individuals to be notified instantly of COVID-19 exposure sites. So this comes with real time. It uses government and medical databases that erect same time information that reports to the XBOS application, which people can use and see on their phone, device, tablet or laptop, anything that has Google Play, the App Store and the Android Store. So where did this source of innovation come from? We can first look at the innovation coming internally and externally. With the COVID pandemic hitting Australia, it was internally unexpected. And externally, there was obviously a completely new market for XBOS to launch into. So we can even talk about the 5 Whys tool in understanding the problem at hand and the innovation and why we innovated this certain product. So obviously 5 questions, 5 Whys, creating an exposure application. Obviously why, this to help people know where infected areas are. Why? For the public's health and safety. Why? Because there are no other applications like this. Why? Because there's a new post-COVID market. Why? Due to COVID-19. So we can look at cause and effect, cause being COVID-19 and the effect being a new market for XBOS to launch into, which is the new COVID market. Going forward, we can look at the 4 Ps. So according to Karim, the 4 marketing elements have become the widespread and essential element of marketing theory and operational marketing management. So obviously an important theory that we can use to explain XBOS's foundations. So obviously we can start with product. Firstly, the product is an intangible entity, which is obviously because it's a mobile application that can be downloaded on any device that will obviously allow consumers to identify these coronavirus hotspots. So based on research, we can look at other countries such as India that have used health-related apps for Ebola and the Zika virus. So we have here an app that's called mHealth. And this has been used in India over the last couple of years and has seen improvement in access to testing, contact tracing, supporting frontline healthcare workers and raising public awareness. So through the expansion and innovation of XBOS's technology, we can identify a need in the market in Australia, with several lockdowns obviously happening over the last 2 years. So the price we'll talk about price. The price will be available free on all app stores from Android to the App Store and Google Play, which will encourage users to download more. The application will be relying on advertisements, advertisement pop-ups on the actual application, and we'll be relying on that for financial revenue. Promotion. Let's talk about place first. Obviously the product will be promoted throughout all of Australia and will be available for use in any state and territory in Australia. So short term, we want to get this app rolling in the country first before we think about any sort of globalization and expanding internationally. Looking forward, we can look at the last P, which is promotion. Promotion will be promoted through, so XBOS will be promoted through all social media applications, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, and will also use email advertisements to its benefit. So obviously online advertising playing a crucial role for the promotion of XBOS. Now looking forward, we can talk about the demographic the demographic of people that will be downloading the application. So the key market for XPOS consists of everyone that is health conscious and the general public, ranging from ages 16 to 80, being a broad target market, meaning XPOS will have a large way of revenue from all ages, and through the application being used, meaning more advertisements can be made. Looking forward, we can look at our competition. So our competition, obviously, Health Direct. The Health Direct is the main government health application in Australia with over 1 million downloads. Health Direct app takes a majority of the health app market share in Australia. However, with the rise of XPOS, we can forecast XPOS offers a much more unique and cliche and more specific service, which allows users to specifically locate and be notified of COVID hotspots rather than just general health broad advice. So XPOS is also a much more efficient application with same time information data collected straight to the application and straight to the user. We can nextly talk about the innovation life cycle. So obviously there's 4 stages of the life cycle. Using the innovation life cycle, we can recognize that the health service app is between its maturity stage and its decline stage with being around for so long. With the Health Direct app being a government funded application, it is hard to recognize their position in the market as a profitable one, being funded by the government. However, the health service app will be obviously a key competitor for XPOS for the next 3 to 5 years, as our application, as our innovative application will grow, and will also go through the introduction to growth phase. We can also talk about the value canvas, which is the Blue Ocean strategy. So using the Blue Ocean strategy in comparison with the health service app, XPOS is ultimately using value innovation and uses application software that is more advanced now and efficient than XPOS. The XPOS app eliminates any slow data information and replaces this with same-time data collected from all government databases around Australia. With the commercialisation and being a privatised business, there is no government interference with the application, allowing XPOS to be a business that's more ran freely without government restrictions that are put on the health service app, which is our main competitor. The only government input included and restriction we have on the app is data collection from government databases, which is what we need to obviously get the information collected and find out where all these COVID hotspots are. Next, obviously we need a team. So we got the CEO and board, we got the social media department and manager, accounts department and manager, HR department, innovation team. So obviously these guys have their own roles to play. The accounts manager looking after the advertisement sponsors, and will obviously be, the accounts manager will be the head of the accounts, obviously in charge of payroll. We can also look at the social media department manager will also be required to increase. The social media manager will be required to be responsible for advertisements and payments through the application. The CEO and board will send information and orders to its below departments. There will be an IT team that will need to be hands-on with IT developments, with the applications and up-to-date information for where COVID hotspots are located. So a 24/7 IT team will be needed in order for XPOS to be operating. So lastly, we can talk about our goals. So financially, XPOS looks at generating $1 million profit through its running advertisements for the first 5 years. XPOS aims at capturing 75% of the market share of health-related mobile phone applications in the next 5 years. With this, XPOS looks at generating 1 to 2 million sales on the App Store and downloads between year 1 and year 5, with a 25% increase every year, eventually reaching 10 to 12 million downloads after our first 5 years. Once consistently money is generated long term, we can look at internationalization and expanding globally and becoming available in all countries after our growth years. The XPOS response team, we can talk about customer relation. We'll aim to have a 4.5 star average on its app reviews, with 98% of the feedback being positive through the first 5 years of operations. XPOS will further aim for limited employee turnover, with the HR management being in control of staff satisfaction. According to Lee et al., customer satisfaction is a key factor for success and depends highly on the behaviors of frontline service providers. So there we go, folks. XPOS is looking at hitting the markets very soon, and we will be looking forward to having your input and your investment opinions. Thank you.